can be said about Danny Maguire. He knows that the players know how they want to play, they train how they want to play. They just can't seem to transfer those skills onto the pitch, and obviously not playing with a lot of confidence. But what they do, they have a dig, that Cas side.
Well, they'll need more than that tonight here at the DIY Kitchen Stadium as we're about to get underway. Rivals round about to kick off here. The smoke has cleared away. Big crowds all around us here. The Tigers in their black and amber, Wakefield in the white, red and blue, and we're underway. Rivals round. It could be a record-breaking one in terms of crowds, and it's Wakefield who have first use of the ball, but a welcoming committee from the Tigers sends them back from where they came.
Yeah, well, making sure that they get the numbers in, trying to slow it down as much as they can and be really, really aggressive down here. You know, they love the intent early on from them in games that they've played, but they just can't consistently keep it going.
Yeah, that's been the problem, hasn't it, for Danny Maguire's side. For Wakefield, 3 wins in 7, but as you mentioned earlier, not won at home this season. They want to get rid of that little record as soon as they can.
Yeah, well, like I said last year, that they were incredible. The fans turned out in support because they were seeing and witnessing a side that was really building for this year. And hasn't Daryl Powell assembled a decent side?
He has. Last one then. Mason Lino on kicking duties will punt downfield. Tex Hoy with that right thigh heavily bandaged. He'll bring it forward. A wall of white in front of him, led by Max Jarrett, and the tackle made 15 off the Tigers line.
Well, Cass said, outside backs it. Well, look, whenever you play a big game as well, against your nearest and dearest, you want a good early touch. You want to be involved, whether it be defensively or offensively.
There's a break there, and they get the ball away, and Sini's racing forward here. Jarrett tries to line him up. Sini puts the burners on. Sini going down the touchline. Great cover tackle. Have they got him in the touch? They have. Tom Johnstone with a try saver there after Sini burst away. Great work from Ron Milnes, but the Tigers couldn't finish the job.
Sini's showed his class this year, I do believe, in Danny Maguire. Well, that's an opportunity, isn't it? Ron Milnes tried to get some attention from the Rhinos down the road last couple of years. And he goes through here, Sini. Look, he just weighs up the chance. He goes on the outside of Jowett, taken down by Tom Johnstone as well. But that's a real warning sign. Shot across Wakefield that they're here to play.
Yeah, they are. The Tigers have got a great record here. And they keep it going here tonight. Tackle made. There is Daryl Powell at the heart of a lot of those Tigers victories. He's got the other colours on tonight. As Trinity are looking to burst out a dummy half. Good run there. Were they offside? Set restart. They were. So it's a set restart for Wakefield on the 40. And here now they drive up towards halfway.
Well, Liam Hood, the number 9 for Wakefield's been pretty impressive, along with Mike McMeekan. And look at this, just the amount of passes that they'll string together, turn an outside back or a big forward back in the middle.
Yeah, Hood's 100th Super League appearance tonight. All moves across now into the hands of Pitts. He's wrapped up. 30 out from the line. Who will strike first in Rivals round as the ball carried forward by Koza? 20 out from the line. Lino calling for it. Will get his hands on it now. He's going to send it high. He's inviting the challenge on the near side. Gary will collect it. He goes to the ground, and Castleford survive the first test of their defence early on.
A big thing for Wakefield is kicking to the corners and challenging for that ball. You'll see the number 21 as well, Koza, who you mentioned, Matt. He's a really good link for Wakefield between the backs and the forwards. Does a lot of hard work. Unfortunately, I put the mockers on him. He's given a penalty away. But I did say with the ball, he's very good.
Yeah, dangerous tackle there.
Yeah.
Mella has been making plenty of meters for the Tigers. He's certainly been a standout. He's just getting checked over now. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree, Alex Mella. 206 metres against a very good defensive side last week in Lee. Leopards. Been a standout. He got straight back up. There's the man, the guilty man.
Yeah. So penalty. A chance to clear the lines. Is this going into touch? Oh, he had the chance there, Jarrett, to slap that back in the field of play, but just mistimed his jump. Look, it's a great touch finder because it found touch, but it only just found touch.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got some distance on it as well, but they're the gambles you take, aren't they?
That would have been some effort. He jumps from the field of play, but just couldn't get a hand on it. As the ball is taken forward here by Okoro. And Castleford looking to score the first point, so it's going to be a bumper weekend. Here now, Arce gets it away, moving along to Hoy, fires a pass out to Sam Wood. He's tackled, Sam Wood, inside the 20. The ball is now played forward. They'll just drop it back on the angle. No way through there for Mustafa. He's wrapped up. 15 out. They're going to that right-hand side here. Mills stabs a kick through the line. Fullback's there. Jowett, can he get out? He gets the... Oh, I thought he was going to pass it. In the end, he just chucks it over the dead ball line. And it's going to be a goal line dropout. So promising start for the Tigers.
Yeah, well, they've made one break and then they come up with a decent set here. A nice little kick, wasn't it, from Rowan Mills, putting pressure on Max Jowett at the back. We're not taking any chances, just gets rid of that ball over the dead ball line. A nice little start for Danny Maguire's men. And we're really happy with what he's seeing.
Well, Max Jowett is just counting down the seconds on the shot clock. There is Danny Maguire. We know already he's always up and bouncing around. He lives every tackle, every pass. Restart is a short one. Johnstone trying to get under it, bats it back. Now, was that knocked on by Castleford? It was, and Wakefield will get it back.
Yeah, well, you see most teams now going for that short dropout. Unfortunately, don't quite get the benefit of that after forcing the goal line dropout.
Yeah, it's not the given it used to be, is it, that you'd automatically get the ball back. Strong run down the short side there. Wakefield up to the 40. Hood again explodes out of dummy half. Short pass over halfway. They get it on a roll. Hood clapping his hands, wants it quicker. Here's Rodwell now. Gets it to Lino. Short pass to Griffin. He's tackled 30 metres away. Good set this for Wakefield. Made plenty of metres early in the piece. What can they do now? They'll move it along to Pitts. Gets it away to Jowett. Puts the kick in behind. Johnstone's after it. And he couldn't take it in. Huge chance. And here to go the other way. Go the Castleford Tigers. It's hair and scare him stuff at the moment. But Johnstone there looked like he was certain to score.
Well, it looked like he pressed the fast forward. A great kick, wasn't it, from Jowett? And then Tom Johnstone just couldn't quite take it in. Oh, big start from both sides, having plenty of opportunities.
Well, it's end-to-end early on here. What a day in store tomorrow. The whole derby, Wigan, St Helens. Must watch for any sporting fan. At early stages here, and signs of this one's going to be a good one as well. Mustafa drives again over the halfway line.
He's seen plenty of the ball early on, hasn't he? In the opening 7 minutes, Mustafa.
He has. Ball into the line. Okoro is wrapped up. This will be the last one. He will get it away. He's going high. Jowett weighs up his options, jumps off the ground, and he's taken 15 off his own line.
Well, as soon as that ball goes up, Sam Wood, Jason Gary, and I think it was Alex Mellor putting plenty of pressure on the fullback.
We mentioned tomorrow, rivals round. Hull against Hull Kingston Rovers tomorrow from 12, followed by Wigan, St Helens, 2:45. And we round off the day. Leeds taking on Huddersfield Giants, looking for a first win. Leeds looking to put the pressure on at the top. That's on Sky Sports Plus, as is Lee Warrington. No George Williams for Warrington. Out for the foreseeable with an injury, and Catalan Salford rounds off rivals round on Sky Sports Plus tomorrow evening. Ball put on the ground, but carried forward. Good carry as well by Koza. Last one, they're over the halfway line again. Wakefield are making meters here. They're going to get it out wide to Griffin. Moves it now to Corey Hall. Hall's going to hoist the kick high. Takes Hoy's back. Just a little bit too deep, the kick. Hoy goes past Griffin like he wasn't there. And Hoy now is lining up. He's got support here with Gary. Gary, foot race. Away and gone. Johnstone after him. He's not going to catch Gary. First start of the Super League season for him. And a first try for the Castleford Tigers. They go 100 metres. Tex Hoy with a nifty footwork. Gary's pace does the rest. The Tigers lead.
Well, he's so dangerous, Texoy. First of all, he tries to buy as much ground as he can when he catches that ball. And he gets hold of the ball here. He's under some pressure, but have a little look at his footwork there. Gets rid of Griffin and just puts the foot down. And as soon as the ball goes into the hands of Gary, you knew that that was going to be a try. One of the fastest in Super League, first appearance of the year. But let me tell you, that young man, since he broke onto the scene a few years ago, he can finish from anywhere. And Texoy knows all he's got to do, get the fullback from Wakefield, Max Jowett, interested, give the ball to that man as early as possible, and he'll do the rest.
Well, that's how he introduced himself, isn't it, in Super League, with a try in front of the Sky cameras on debut. Pace to burn. And even Tom Johnstone couldn't chase him down. Danny Maguire will be happy. His team in front here on Derby Day. Now Paul might be slightly more perplexed. He's wondering how Castleford have just gone the length of the field to score. Ron Milnes will line up the kick then. Tough one for him, about 6 in from touch on the near side. But this for a 6-0 lead. Well, it has been end-to-end, straight from the first whistle. You don't get any more end-to-end than that, Terry.
No, you just love it when you see lads back themselves and know what pace they've got from deep. Cass, they've done it a number of times this year, even though the results haven't been going for them with just one win. They're a team that like to play.
Can they tack on another 2? Here's Milnes. Steps up, strikes it pretty well, but he's just pulled it across the face of the post. So it remains 4-0, but it was a try fit for the side of rivals round.
Look, the big thing for Danny Maguire's men was a big start. Last week they kicked out on the full from kickoff, and they needed to start strong against Wakefield. And they certainly did that. Made a couple of breaks early on, and Texoy, well, I said at the start, he's going to have a big influence on this game at the back. And if he can just give the ball to that man in clear space, well, that youngster will score plenty of tries.
Yeah,
great conditions as well, Mark, let me say.
Yeah, high kick is gathered, and here they go off the back fence. Lawler with a carry. He's wrapped up 15 out from his own line. So first blood to the Tigers then in a fixture that they've dominated, and now they've got themselves a penalty. Look at the reaction of those Castleford players.
Yeah, well, that's back-to-back errors. If you put the try in there again, you're trying to make up. You're disappointed you've conceded. You're trying to slow it down. There's 3 men in, you get numbers in, and then all of a sudden there's just a bit too much in that squeeze from Mike McMeekan. He's the most penalised player in Super League, Mike McMeekan, but he has been exceptional this year.
Another good touch finder for the Tigers. They start 10 short of halfway. And here is Mellor. Toy in at dummy half. Gets the ball away to Sam Wood. The Tigers on a bit of a roll here. See, he gets it away. Short pass. They bend the line again. Inside the 40 they go. Short pass. Okoro. Wrapped up. And he's slow to get to his feet there, Daniel Okoro. Here now the ball moves across to Hoy. They race out of the line and they get a good read on him. That's a good shot, goes in there from Pitts. Last one. They're going to get it high. It is a high kick towards the near side. Needs to be called for. They allow it to bounce, and in the end it'll skip away and out. And that'll be a turnover for Wakefield ball. Well,
pretty dangerous, really. Cameron Scott, he come running from the touch, went right underneath that high ball, and all of a sudden just pulled out, let the ball bounce. But really impressed with Castleford's attitude, the way that they're celebrating mistakes, the way that they're pushing up and supporting. Again, we saw them last week when they played against Lee. The pass was on, the little tip-on play was on, but just nobody was in that next hole. They certainly turned up a different attitude tonight.
Yeah, they have indeed. Wakefield get themselves a penalty here. It's going to be interesting. There's no Ollie Russell, there's no Jake Truman for Wakefield tonight. Jay Pitts, I know we highlighted his ball handling skills earlier in the season on Sky Sports, but it's a bit different playing in the middle to playing as a pivot, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're looking at someone in Jay Pitts who normally averages about 40, 41 tackles a game. Now he's asked to partner just a second appearance, I think it is, in a row at 6 for Wakefield. But Mason Lino is going to be the man who's controlling everything in this game.
Well, they've got to be careful there, Wakefield, haven't they? Because if they put everything down Lino's side, then Castleford are going to come to expect that, aren't they?
You won't imagine that Lino will have... He can go anywhere on the field. And like I said, Cos are just linking up. That man who's carrying the ball always has a big part to play in the games.
They want to get his offload game going if they can. Ball 30 away. Here's Hood. Made a good start to this match. Ball carried forward again. They're up to the 20. Hood waits. McMeekin and Lino to the right. That's where they're going now. Lino gets it. Short pass to Griffin. Almost through. Just couldn't get the pass away. Great tackle, Castleford. 9 out from the line. Here now is Lino again. Short pass to Cozza. Cozza drives. He's wrapped up. 5 out from the line. Which way do they go here? Wakefield coming back to this right-hand side with Lino. Lino short pass. Ball over the top was on, but it's a shocker. Gave Camp Scott absolutely no chance, and Castleford's defence holds firm again.
Yeah, well, he's missed the last 4 games. He was outstanding until that point in the season. But he said, well, he senses that the wingers are just jammed in from Cass, and he's looking to find Cameron Scott on the outside. Unfortunately, the pass goes to the touch judge, more or less. And when Cass gave that penalty away, Alex Mellor turned around. He was absolutely frothing at the mouth, giving it his players, knowing that they can't put themselves under pressure there. And they're still under pressure, having to carry the ball away from the line.
Can they put a squeeze on here as Senior made that early break? He's tackled. Ball works its way over on the far side, carried forward outside the 20. Ball gets it away, and there is Jordan Desiree on his Castleford debut into the action early on. Okoro, I think, took a knock because the kick cannons off Griffin. Now, did he play at this? I'm not so sure he did he?
Yeah, no, the ref said he not played at that. He goes forward, he just turns his body, the ball's kicked into him. And you can just see, he's just getting his body in front, hasn't he? And the ball's kicked straight at him. And he can't just disappear, the ball needs to be kicked better, threaded through that line.
Well, here's a chance now for Wakefield, who get a bit of bonus territory here. Can they respond? Ball now working its way forward with Rodwell. And now the ball into the hands of Pitts, gets it away to Lino. Lino gets it to Jowett, did well to hang on to the pass. Now they had numbers, the pass goes on the ground, and that got the hand. There could have been a chance. Castleford scramble well, and Hall will play the ball. 15 out. Lino. Cozza gets it away now to Hood. Hood will get it to Pitts. They're trying to attack that edge. A little bit of an angled run from Pratt. He's wrapped up. 12 out from the line. Wakefield starting to ask some questions now. They're going short side with Hood. They're trying to power play. They're trying to power their way over. Good defence on that far side again from Castleford. This is the last one. Lino's going to send the kick high towards the post. Here goes Hall. Ball on the ground. It was knocked on by Wakefield. I think they've knocked this on. Had McMeekin have picked that up, that could well have been a try. They're going to hand this upstairs, but I'm pretty sure this will be no try.
By Wakefield, please. That's what I've reeled it.
So we have a live call of no try on field. So we're just going to pause it first of all on the foot. So we pause it there, and everyone bar 21 is onside. So I'm going to go nice in on tight on 9 to start with. That shows me that that is, at that point, back off Castleford. I then need to see the other angle. So it's now what happens here, and it's there that it touches the hand Let me just make sure we've got this clear. This is probably the best angle. We're going from that. So it's back on of Castleford to start with. And then there, we just go back on this. You can clearly see that the ball touches McMeekin's left hand and travels forward. Thank you, I've now made my decision.
Well, Mike McMeekin couldn't take it in, the bouncing ball. Had he had done, it would have been a try. He didn't, and there's no try against his former club for Mike McMeekin. In all fairness, he stood on the 10-metre line knowing he knocked that ball off.
He did. He'd be disappointed as well, won't he? Like I said at the start, he's been outstanding, and he really has led from the front. Poor Darryl Powell's he's paid the big bucks, but he's been performing.
So, a reprieve for Castleford. Now, it will be a scrum here for the Tigers, who scored from this kind of range. Their opening try with Jason Gary. Almost a quarter of the game gone already.
Yeah, but they're quite happy to have the scrum here. Get 6 players in the scrum and try and open the field up and give some of the speedsters the ball from this, and maybe if they don't make a break, at least get a one-on-one tackle if they can.
Senior will take the first carry. He's picked up and dumped into the ground. Night closes in here. The DIY Kitchen Stadium. Castleford looking to work it out with Simbican. Good carry from him. One of a host of Papua New Guinean internationals in this lineup. There's a rear brought in from the Dragons this week on a short-term deal. Ball now works its way into the hands of Hoy. Short pass. And the ball carried forward, but there, pushed back. Good defence from Wakefield. Gary, the try scorer. Last one. And will get it away as he goes high. Should be caught on the full here. Joey underneath it. Gets there eventually, offers a dummy, and he's wrapped up 30 off his own line.
Well, he's safe as houses at the back, isn't he? Max Jowett, you know what you're going to get. Great shot from Cass, come flying out the line then. It was Jordan Desiree. It
was. Great hit. Just what you want on Derby Day. Bit of extra effort from your forwards.
Yeah, well, that battle that you like in the middle of the field, you've got to lay the platform. You lay, people talk about that. From under 7s right the way up to the professional ranks, the forwards have got to dominate.
Here come Wakefield now. Pass to Lino. Goes out the back to Jowett. Jowett gets it away to Hall. Hall, who was on loan at Castleford last year, is wrapped up. This will be the last one. Scott gets it away to Lino. Under pressure, will go high. End over end kick. Hoy waits under it, catches it comfortably. He'll bring it forward. You have to say, so far, so good for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's a better line as well. That just confronted Tex Hoy when he got that ball. It was a solid white line, not presenting any gaps at all for him to try and exploit.
Left side, back here.
Ball working forward here with the Castleford Tigers. Gary score early on. The difference between the two here. Lawler carries, met by McMeekin. Bit of a wrestling match. The play of the ball. Here goes Desiree now, trying to find some valuable meters. And he'll play the ball just short of halfway. Milnes waits, left-footed, arrows the kick downfield. Scott will get back, catches it on the full. 10 off his own line. Looks to bring it forward. And he's met by a wall of black and amber. And a good set ticked off there from the Tigers.
Yeah, he was under some pressure as well, Rowan Mills, to get some distance on that. Mike McMeekin shot the line, trying to get in his eye line, and now they're coming back against the grain through Tom Johnston. The options that they have, just turn up, keep supporting your teammate. Here's Corey Hall again. Tries to inject a bit of pace.
Joe Westerman into the action for Castleford. Here's Griffin. Griffin carries forward up to the 40. Hood, short pass to McMeekin. McMeekin wrapped up, finds his front, wants a quick play of the ball. Last one. They'll get it away to Lino. He's going to hoist it, a swirling high bomb. Trouble on the far side. Beautifully taken by Sim. He heads off in field. And he's wrapped up 20 out.
Didn't he do ever so well to get underneath this ball? It was spiralling everywhere. Quick play the ball as well from Mike McMeekan, and Mason Lino got one hell of a kick away, but dealt with by Josh Sim.
Short pass. They look to work the centre of the field here, the Tigers. A narrow advantage. And Mills is going to look for the 40-20 here. He's got a decent kick away. Just needed a bounce forward. Jowett left it to bounce, and in the end, the second one was kind. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, we're kicking early in the set, just trying to catch Wakefield out, kicking on the third play. But again, not a bad place to turn the ball over. And is it 40-20 doesn't come off. But here now, they're going hunting.
They are. Tom Johnstone drives it forward. Hood trying to work his way back to get onside to play the ball, which he'll do now. He's off out of dummy half, looking to get the ball away. Ball carried forward by Hamlin Nweli. He's over the halfway line. Good carry from the sub. The forwards are going toe-to-toe. Here the ball works its way across onto that left edge for Wakefield. Last one. Ball now to Lino again. He's going high again. Is this going to be a competition? Hoy's after it. Hoy gets off the ground. He lost it. Now, how did that ball come free? Ball's carried on in play. It's lost again. I think the referee's going to deem that Wakefield might have knocked this on. And Castleford are happy they're going to get the ball back 10 off their own line.
Yeah, it was a good take, wasn't it, from Texor? You thought he'd done everything. But the substitute onto the field, Reno Fatoni, goes up, strips the ball from him. Unfortunately for him and his teammates, the ball goes forward, but good pressure on the fullback. And, you know, anyone who, if you play against Wakefield side, because they're missing so many key influential players like Russell and Truman, the big kicker on last play is always going to be, in my opinion, Mason Lino.
Well, the ball's come out here and it's been knocked on by Castleford. Now, I think Castleford are going to challenge this. There's certainly a talk about it, and they are going to have a captain's challenge here from the Castleford Tigers.
So we have a captain's challenge against the ruling of a knock-on. I'm just looking there, if you can see any hands on the ball. That is probably the hands around the arm, but I can't see anything on that one on the ball. This is probably the best angle. So going into the tackle, he's got the ball in his right hand. There's nobody, no Wakefield hand. Ah, there we are. If we look at the hand that just comes in now into screen, that has he lost it already then? It's not the hand there, it's the other hand. So you can clearly see the hand on top of the ball, and then it is flicked out. So you can clearly see there, it's the hand that comes into shot on top of the ball, Wakefield player's hand, and it is the flick of the wrist, and he steals the ball. The challenge is successful.
Well, there you go. A successful challenge from the Castleford Tigers, who lead by 4 points, and now they're going to find themselves getting a penalty here. So Wakefield at the moment just can't do anything to stop Castleford.
Well, look, sometimes when you see the reaction from some of the senior players, like to Joe Weston saying, no, we're going to go for this, because they felt like there was a strip, and there was a couple of hands in there as well. I'm not sure who it was. I think Reno Fatoni was the man who stripped the ball and pulled it out, but there was another hand in as well that could have been penalised. But again, just a let-off for Cass.
Yeah, they get an easy out, and they're up and over the halfway line. So Wakefield, who've yet to win here this season, are on the back foot. That wasn't the best pass there. Desiree did well to take it in. Then he finds an offload. And another couple of metres gained by the Tigers. Simbakin wrapped up, will play it 40 out. Wakefield wanted an incorrect play of the ball there. They're not going to get one. Can Castleford? Oh, now he has lost it this time. There he has, Joe Westerman. Or is he going to roll the dice again? I don't think he is this time, and he acknowledges the error.
Yeah, he knows, doesn't he? Joe Westerman. He was so adamant to go for the challenge down in front of the sticks, but he knows that there's a bit of pressure on him. Mike McMeekan over the top, but shake of the head, he knows that he just loses possession of that ball.
Hold it there. Heads in, fellas. 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Wakefield get a bit of a reprieve. Can they build on this scrum just inside their 40? Danny Maguire again animated. Oh, they've lost it. Scott's lost it on the first tackle as he looked to make a break, and you're just starting to wonder here, is this going to be Castleford's night?
Well, do you know what? They're making it easier, aren't they, the forecast? They say Scott just transferring the ball, and all of a sudden he just loses it. Again, it's just nice field position from Cass. Not really had to earn this.
No, they haven't. And a chance, though, for the Tigers.
There you go. Easy job. Get your big forwards going forward. Can't take him down. Nice carry from Desiree.
Yeah, he's started well, hasn't he? Rimbu gets it away. He finds a pass to Asset. Oh, good line there. Almost through with Simbican. Wakefield just got enough of him. Inside the 20, that was a vital tackle and a set restart. So the Tigers here with a big chance with Westerman. 2 years here with Trinity. Outstanding spell here for him. But he's back with Castleford where it all began. Here now is Mills. Little drop of the shoulder, 5 away. Did he lose that? No, says the official. Short pass to Desiree. He's trying to turn and spin. He's going to be held up and stopped. 5 out from the line. Castleford looking for a second score. Rimbu going low. Can he get the ball over the line? He can't. Good tackle from a Tony. Right on the line to hold him up.
Well, they were aware of the danger, weren't they? He's so explosive. Out of dummy half.
Wide, boys.
And you just look trying to use all that power. But good defence from Wakefield.
Yeah, they've got to hang on though yet. More opportunities here. Loopy pass finds Lawler. He's wrapped up. This is the last one. Tigers not had too much ball down this end of the field. Here's Mills going for the floating crossfield kick. Looking to get up his Wood. He's over and he's in. Sam Wood got up highest. His first try since June last year. And it could be a huge one for the Castleford Tigers. They double their lead to lead by 8.
Well, a couple of mistakes from Wakefield have gifted his Cass side the field position. And why wouldn't you kick to Sam Wood? He's one of the biggest players on the field. And you've got to warn those players when they go up. You know you've called for it. You know you want it. Danny Maguire and Brett Delaney, the coaching staff, were really happy with what they've seen here. And a nice kick from Rome Mills, getting it in the action area, and they just couldn't quite deal with it. They've been under a bit of pressure, and Sam Wood running onto the ball, putting a bit of pressure on Cam Scott, along with Cordy Hall, and he comes down with the points. Impressive start from Cass.
Yeah, very much so. Hoops getting wrapped up there for the try scorer, Sam Wood. Missed a lot of last year through injury. Darryl Powell has got plenty to think about here tonight. His side have been second best. They've made a few errors, and Castleford are making them pay. It's another tough kick for Mills, but he is a good kicker. They're not often missed too many times from the same spot, so we'll see if he can add the extras here. That's the angle he's got. 8 points to 0.
Time off now.
Meticulous, aren't they, these goal kickers? They have their routines. Can he now add the 2 points and make it a 10-point lead here for the Tigers? Pulled the last one across the face of the post. This one looks a better strike, but it too goes across the post. So not from 2, but crucially for the Tigers, they lead by 8.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, won't they, not to kick those conversions, but what they will be happy with was this try from Sam Wood. Some decent attacking shape over on the left-hand side. You can see there was 3 players around Sam Wood if he tapped the ball back, but no, decided to go up, take the ball. And like we said, man, a big play, big 30 minutes nearly from Cass.
Good value for the lead at the moment. I don't think anyone can argue with that.
Move, move! Hold now, boys. Hold, flashing job.
Well, Rimbu just trying to inject some pace
Not just the Super League action that's on the way. Warriors Broncos Saturday 8:30 Sky Sports Mix. The Roosters take on the Panthers at 10:35, also on Sky Sports Mix. And on Sunday it's the Knights and the Sharks at 7:05. So rugby league across the Easter weekend, a feast of it to get stuck into, including that bumper day tomorrow as Westerman leads the charge. Good carry from him. The Tigers up to halfway. Can they get a good kick on the end of the set? Dejanasi will go high. It should be dealt with by Scott. Catches it inside his 20. Looks to set off back, but Mills is first there with a tackle.
And even again, the carry from Joe Westerman really does help you out and helps the kicker out. Can change the momentum of the set of 6 if you get a quick play of the ball, whether it be for the 9 or for the man who's going to kick the ball.
Oh, a penalty, and it's Wakefield's turn for an easy out.
Quicker than that, George.
Yeah,
well, they need something, don't they, Trinity, to get them going here?
Yeah, absolutely, but Castleford will be so disappointed. You know, you get to your kick, you get them where you want them, then you just stay a bit too long in the rucks, and George Lawler penalised by the referee.
And another great touch finder. Nice and Lino there, punting it way downfield. They'll start inside the 40. Pitts gets it away. Here they'll go forward now. Good carry to start the set for Wakefield. Here now they'll go again. Hamlin Aweli fighting, gets it away, finds Hood. Hood look right, goes left to McMeekin. McMeekin up to the 20. He bumps one off. Can he get the arm free? He's inside the 10 now. Great work at the start of the set for Wakefield. Looking now to go to Jowett. Jowett taking on the line. Great defence, Castleford. Brilliant tackle. Lawler involved alongside Mills. Ball comes back into centre field. Here now is a Tony. He runs it forward. Thought about the offload. He's wrapped up 10 away. You get the feeling Wakefield need to score some points soon just to calm themselves down. Here they go now through the hands. Lino holds it, gets it to Jowett. Miss out pass for Scott. Hasn't got the pace on the touchline. Good one-on-one shot goes in. Gary. And Castleford's line holds firm. Last one. Lino floats it across the field. Hasn't got the depth on the kick. Sini went to catch it. Did he knock that on? I think he did. Did Sini need to challenge for that? There was no depth on the kick at all. Wakefield weren't really going anywhere there, and that was a decision that might come back to bite the Tigers.
Yeah, look, you've got to back yourself, haven't you? If you think you can go up and catch the ball, you do that. You can see that a Wakefield player went up. He was trying to tap the ball behind him to one of his teammates, but Zach Sini, well, he goes for it and knocks the ball on clearly. So they're putting themselves under a bit of pressure here, and there's some more problems that need solving. Forecast. A couple of times when they've looked to shift the ball to the right-hand side, they've just been a bit disjointed.
Jowett a couple of times has got his man where he wants him, but he hasn't been able to get him over as yet in the corner. Here goes Lino now, body's in motion. Lino trying to break the line, still going Lino, tackled a couple of metres away. And a chance here for Hood at dummy half. Slow play of the ball. Hood on the crash ball, gets it away. Big man's over. Did he ground it? I'm not sure he did. What an effort from the Tigers.
Well, that was outstanding defence, wasn't it? Huge defence from them. He's huge when he gets that ball. A Tony, he's one of the biggest. Mason Lino goes for it. He thought he was going to get on the outside of Alex Mellor. He's looking to play, gets up, plays the ball pretty quick. And they try and pick out probably the smallest man on the pitch in Rimby, but does a decent job, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. Big effort from that man.
Yeah, big effort. Castlewood's scramble has been really good so far. How long can they keep going, though? Here they're going through the hands again. Big chance here on the edge. It's another great tackle. Sini this time. They are standing up player for player here, the Tigers. Wakefield just a bit of a loss. They're just going to have to take a straightener here. But Castlewood's defence is making its one-on-one hits and doing it nicely. Last one. Are they going short side? They are with Hood. Hood trying to get to an end, stabs the kick in, collected by Simplican, and Castleford survived. Great defence.
You know, you go back to that fourth tackle when they're looking to bring the ball over to the right-hand side. I think George Lawler did a really good job of getting up quick and getting in the eye line of the ball player, where they just dropped it back on the inside, where they were looking for the big shot on the right. Great play, Lawler.
Yeah, great defence. There's the Sini tackle. As Pratt, who's been a handful for everyone he's come up against this season, tried to get to an edge.
You know, he's pretty calm and composed, isn't he, Sini, in defence?
Yeah, He's proving to be a decent recruit, isn't he? There goes Hugo Salabio, had a handful of games for Wakefield. He was sent off here, actually.
Oh, it was a shocker, wasn't it?
Against Richie Myler. Here's the last one. I see he's going to run it. Now he'll just always kick that out on the full. That's an awful kick. So the mistakes are starting to add up here for Castleford, but it's still an 8-point lead. This is a massive 5 minutes for Wakefield.
Look, forget the scoreboard. You've got to nail this. If you choose to take it to the defensive line, and you've got 5 minutes to go before half-time, and you're playing away from home, and you've not been getting the results, you've got to get that right.
Yeah. Here's Cam Scott, drives it in. Well, Wakefield have been given territory and possession, but as yet they've not been able to break down Castleford's resolve defensively. And that ball's come free again. Sini collects it.
Again, just some whack from Cass, and that's it. They're just getting off the line and they're getting in front, aren't they? You can see the ball's just lost in collision.
Here's Josh Sim, takes it over the halfway line. Well, we said it's a big 5 minutes for Castleford defensively. If they go to the other end and score again, and they'll feel they're in pole position on Derby Day here in West Yorkshire. Rivals round, and two absolute crackers tomorrow. Here they're kicking early. They're looking for Gary. Gary looking to get on the end of it. Can he get there? Gary has got there. What a try! Gary tiptoes down the sideline. Has he got his second? They're going to check this one, but it looked like he stayed in the field of play to me. If he's onside, this is going to be a try.
So the live column field of the try, we're just pausing it on the foot. So pause it on the foot there. Everyone to the left that we need to worry about is onside. All those other players take no part in play to the right. So it's just number 2, and we're going to go in and look on camera 2. He's clearly onside. He's collected the ball and he's in the field of play. Still in the field of play. He remains in the field of play. Remains in possession as well. It's still in. So let's just go down to the grounding and pause it there. Thank you. I've now made my decision.
There you go. One look was all it took. Adjacent Gary at the double. It was a lovely kick from Ron Mills. And Gary tiptoeing, twinkle toes up the sideline. And it is going to be a second for him and a third for the Castleford Tigers, who now lead by 12 points to 0.
Well, Ron Mills, he set up the second try through Sam Wooden. And again, just get yourself in the frame. Jason Gary does that. It's a nod and a wink when he gets hold of this ball. He knows exactly what he's going to do. He spots that space, he spots that pocket behind the winger and in between where Max Jowett should be defending. And it's a great kick and a great finish from that young man.
It is. Well, they've had 3 tries. They've yet to have a conversion. This will be a very welcome 2 points for Ron Mills and the Tigers. Couple of metres in from touch. Sends it on the way, looking to curl it, but nowhere near enough curl. So 3 tries but no goals, with a 12-point lead to the Castleford Tigers.
Yeah, look, you're playing with plenty of energy, Danny Maguire's men, and I really do like this from Ron Mills, where you just back your skills. He knows he's got a very, very good kicking game, so he brings it out of the kit bag and he puts it right there on a penny. Great bounce as well for Jason Gary. But what a first half performance from Danny Maguire's men.
Yeah, we'll be enjoying this one, Danny Maguire. Not too often his side have been in front at half-time this season. Now,
move and hold
a couple more sets to see out before half-time. Big shot goes in there from Griffin.
Move back here, hold Seth. Hold. Go 2.
They've done well on their return, Wakefield, to the Super League, but you just wonder if the intensity and a few key injuries are just starting to bite at the moment for Daryl Powell's side. They have looked, you mentioned earlier, looked a little bit disjointed at times.
Yeah, they haven't. Like you said, you take Russell out, you take Truman out, and all of a sudden And as well, like opposition when they play against Wakefield, they know they've absolutely got to be bang on because the way they've been performing this year.
That's a really scruffy play of the ball, and they're going to go high. Scott Waits on the 20, will catch on the full, looks to head off infield, runs it in strongly. That's a good carry, will get this set. This will be their last set of the half. Wakefield. Is there a late first half trying it for them? They've not created an awful lot. Here's Johnstone trying to create something out of nothing. Wrapped up. Mentioned the 3 tries, Terry, but I think Danny Maguire will be delighted with the way this side have defended so far.
Yeah, and I think you have to go back to that when Reno Fatoni tried to crash over the line over Rimbu. They really are just putting themselves on the line. Cass.
Here they go again, going through hands. Trinity, Lino, tackled.
And again, no panic when they're looking to shift the ball. Then everyone's numbering up, they're pointing, they're nominating, they know whose man's whose.
Here's Hood. It's a simple carry, no offload available. That's not going to be enough tonight for Trinity. Last one for them. Last roll of the dice. Lino sends it high. Hoy comes to collect. Hall runs for it, doesn't get there. Hoy collects it. And now they've got a couple of up your jumper runs here, and they'll be in front with a healthy lead at the break.
Corey Hall just hovering behind where Texas was, just in case that there was a mistake and a fumble. And what a half. They'll just see out these couple of plays here. Cass, I'm sure they won't be looking for a huge play in the last 15 seconds.
Well, you never know with Castleford. Salabio will carry. He's wrestled by Mike McMeekin. But Wakefield have got plenty of food for thought at half-time as they kick downfield. Johnstone will go to collect it. Will he return it? He's going to have a look, see what he fancies in front of him. Is there a trick up his sleeve? No, he's lost it. And that just about sums Wakefield up tonight. It's not been their night, but credit to the Castleford Tigers. They came out firing. Jason Gary on the end of a 100-metre move from the Castleford Tigers, put them in front early. Sam Wood let Tyus to score the second try on 27 before Gary got the third before the break. We'll look back at all the first half action, but at half-time here at the DIY Kitchen Stadium, it's Wakefield 0, Castleford Tigers 12. Don't miss a packed night of boxing from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as bitter rivals Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn finally meet to settle their long-running feud. Coverage gets underway from 5 p.m. on Saturday, April the 26th, live on Sky Sports Box Office. The event is available to Sky customers and also non-Sky customers via the Sky Sports Box Office app in the UK and Ireland. Virgin Media and EE TV customers, please contact your operator. Go to skysports.com/box office for more information. What a fight that promises to be. And what a scrap we might have here in the second half as well. But it's all going one way at the break. Jason Gary's double and Sam Wood's first try since June last year means it's the Tigers that lead by 12 points to 0 at the break.
Well, what a first 40 minutes for Danny Maguire's men, and the left edge has scored all the points. Texoy looking so dangerous. We picked him out at the start of the game because of what he does when he gets hold of the ball. And as soon as he gets in the clear, Jason Gary, what a welcome return he has been for Danny Maguire. First appearance of the year, and it just shows the speed that he possesses. And got him off to a great start, a lot of confidence, some mistakes made by Wakefield, some great defence from Cass as well. And again, Rowan Milnes, look at this, just lays the ball on a dime. Sam Wood goes up, great take. And again, Danny Maguire saying in the week that, look, the players know how they want to play, they train how they want to play, they just can't quite execute it. Well, let me tell you, the first 40 minutes, they are executing it. Defence has been strong, playing off the back of some decent quick play of the balls, and a great kicking game, and great vision yet again from Rowan Milnes. Knows that he's got a speedster over on the left, knows that there's a pocket and space down in that bottom right corner for Wakefield, and it's a nod and a wink And look at all that space in front of Jason Garigari. Good take, good finish, good try. Quality. You always like it when your halfbacks and your wingers are working together. It doesn't look like he's missed a beat, does he?
No, he doesn't. Two great kicks from Rome Milnes mean it's the Tigers who lead by 12 at half-time. 80% takes 73%, but more meters made. And look at the tackles that Wakefield have had to make. They're on the wrong end of the key stats at the moment, Wakefield Trinity.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, that high completion rate, and they're doing plenty of decent work with the high completion rate, making more meters, like you said. The tackles that Wakefield have got to do, maybe off the back of a couple of penalties and a couple of errors. But tell you what, we said at the start of the game, this is going to be a great game. Well, we've got a great 40 minutes coming up.
We have. It's still in the balance should Wakefield get the first points of the second half. But are the Tigers going to keep their miraculous run going here? Second half is on the way next as Wakefield take on Castleford.
Isn't he full of class?
Little chip over the top, Sam Tompkins. Mikey Lewis, he offloads, and the magic wand.
And Nicarima just dances away.
Brilliant finish for Ryan Hall. Dancing away, what a try this is.
Aidan Caesar.
To December, he'll do it himself, the big man.
This is it. Look out.
One of the biggest sporting weekends of the year, the Magic Weekend, is just a couple of weeks away. And it all gets underway on Saturday, May the 3rd. The Lee Leopards take on the Catalan Dragons live from St James's Park, Newcastle. 3 o'clock start. All the action on Sky Sports Action. We follow that up as Hull Kingston Rovers, top of the pile at the moment, take on the Salford Red Devils from 5:15. And Saturday rounds off with a cracker as St Helens take on the Leeds Rhinos. 7:30 kickoff for that one on Sky Sports Action. Sunday, well, that promises to be a cracker as well as Huddersfield take on Hull FC live from 1 on Sky Sports Action before probably the main event of the weekend as Wigan take on Warrington. A rematch from Vegas, 3:15 on Sky Sports Action on Sunday, May the 4th. And we round off with Castleford once again taking on Wakefield. But who will go into that one? They kick off 5:30 Sky Sports Action. Who will go into it with a local bragging rights? Because Castleford leads in their first meeting of the season here by 12 points to 0. All the action on Sky Sports Action at the Magic Weekend, and Wakefield might need a bit of magic in this second half, Terry O'Connor, because no points as yet and no real threat to the Castleford line.
Look, well, if you're in the Castleford changing rooms and you're the coach and you're Danny Maguire, you're saying, look, I expect a response at the start of this second half. Wakefield Trinity got too many good players. They can't dwell on that first half, Darryl Powell's men, and you've got to make sure you react to those playmakers. And I think Cass have really turned up with a real good defensive attitude. They've took the chances, played behind a decent kicking game, but they're going to be under a bit of pressure here the opening 10 minutes, I think, from Wakefield.
Big crowd in here at the DIY Kitchen Stadium tonight. But it's Castleford who've not lost in Wakefield since 2013, who've got a healthy advantage. What can Mike McMeekin and Trinity do second half here? Can they turn things around? Or will the Tigers be celebrating their second Super League victory of the season? Here come the Tigers out of the tunnel here. I've got to get your opinion quickly on tomorrow, Terry. Hull FC against Hull Kingston Rovers and Wigan Saints, 2 unbelievable games.
Yeah, always absolutely love it. The Good Friday fixtures, incredible. You know, it's the one game that they have to play this weekend. Danny Maguire would have been involved in games when you had to back up from playing the Friday to the Monday. Let me tell you, any player that's played in a Good Friday derby, whether you're for Hull or whether you're Wigan and Saints, they are bruising encounters.
Yeah, Darryl Powell will be bruised as well as he makes his way up to his coaching position. Not the start he would have wanted tonight, but 40 minutes to turn things around for Trinity. Wakefield will have the kickoff at the start of the second half. Gary's double low, instrumental to Castleford's success here. First start of the season, as you said, looks in fine form, doesn't it?
He's not missed a beat, has he? And like I said, you can't change what's happened in that first 40 minutes, but what Wakefield can do against Joe Westerman's men is change what happens and in the second half.
High restart then. We're back underway here. Wakefield trailing by 12. Castleford hoping that they can get their second Super League victory of the season. Interesting period coming up for Castleford. They've got games with Huddersfield, they meet Wakefield again, then Salford. So 3 games after this that they will feel they've got a genuine chance of winning that could turn their season around. Here now, carrying the ball, Salabio. Short stint here at Wakefield. He's bounced around a few clubs. He's got the raw attributes, but maybe just needs a home to settle down and get some regular game time.
Sometimes you just need a bit of loving, don't you, as a player, and find your sense of belonging somewhere. A nice little carry there, just trying to play the ball quick here from Tex Hoy.
This one, Milnes, who's got a couple of assists in that first half with his kicking game, finds the chest of Tom Johnstone, start of the second half, but he's closed down quickly.
Well, he's not had any chances as well. We haven't really mentioned his name, Tom Johnston, in this game, have we?
Their go-to attack has been the right, hasn't it, with Mason Lino in that first half. And that's maybe something they need to address. They've got the strike power on both edges, but not really using that left edge at the moment.
Well, that's what I said in the first half. He just wouldn't lock Mason Lino, a dominant half, into that right edge.
Ball working its way across. Here is Hamlin Welly. Wrapped up on halfway, plays it to Hood, who's been good. He gets it away to a Tony. Had the short pass on to McMeekin, but opted not to give it. And the tackle is made 40 out from Castleford's line. Lino under pressure from Lawler, got to his man. High kick, Gary gets it. Gary's collected. Well, Mason Lino stayed down there after the challenge. I think Lawler ran into him rather than hit him or tackled him.
Yeah, they were more hoping for the penalty, just to get that field position to have a crack at the line, but a good take again at the back for Cass, and now just going about the job, aren't they? Just making those meters, get away from their own try line.
Yeah, there it was. Lawler. His heart had been in his mouth when he actually bumped into Lino, because could have been determined a penalty. Here's Rimbu out of dummy half, skips across to the left, looking to get to an edge, then straightens things back up to Wood. Wood with a strong run, he's inside the 40. Last one here for the Tigers. They would love a try early on in the second half here. Asi puts the kick up high. At the back now is Jowett, collects it, shoots away from one, fires a pass to Johnstone. Can he get to an edge? He has got to an edge. Has he got the pace? He's away. He's got Jowett on the inside. Gives it. No, he doesn't. He's got to get there now. Sini's after him. Johnstone's got support. He's tackled 5 meters out. What a heroic effort from Castleford. But really, Wakefield should have scored there. Johnstone should have passed. He had Jowett in support. He didn't pass. Wakefield going to be made to pay. They're held up 10 meters out.
Well, Wakefield's leading tight. Try scored to Tom Johnston. He backed himself, didn't he? We said he'd been quiet in this game. And up stepped Tom Johnstone, and he just goes for it. But great defence from Cass.
Great defence again. Is that a game-defining tackle from the Tigers? Here's Lino, pops it up on the angle, trying to break through, challenges here now. Couple of meters out. The Wakefield fans in full voice behind the posts. They get the ball away to Lino. Lino shows and goes, gets it away now. They're going through hands to Jowett. Jowett gets it away, almost intercepted. It is intercepted. And Castleford have got a chance now on the break. They'll get the ball away. Here goes Sim over the 30, and Wakefield have bombed another massive opportunity.
Well, we'll give some credit as well to Josh Sim. He stuck his arm out, he took the gamble, didn't he? That ball goes forward. It's another set of 6 for Wakefield. It goes into the hands of one of his teammates, and they just let off the hook. But yeah, under the pump, but the reaction from Cass to get back, prevent the try, shows there's a bit of fight in them.
Should Tom Johnson have passed?
Well, it's easy now, isn't it, to say, yeah, he should have, but do you know what, sometimes if a player backs themselves, you just got to let him go with it.
Here's Tex Hoy backing himself to get up to the 30. Well, it was great defensive effort from the Tigers. As now they drive it forward, Salabio. Well, had limited time with his new teammates. Last one, Rimbu finds Mills to Hoy. Hoy gets it to Sini. Sini goes down the line, chips down the line. Can't just drag the Wakefield player in a touch, but that's not a bad place to turn it over for the Tigers.
He was just trying to entice those Wakefield players into coming in, but whoa, look at that for a shot.
Simbican it was. Big shot goes in here.
Well, you watched him last week, he's so aggressive when he gets off the line. That's why teams will try and finish into the corner. It's a lonely place, and it's a lonely carry when you've got to put your hand up to take it away.
Well, this is the fourth tackle, and they're still inside their 20. Look at this, no yards at all for Wakefield.
There's some rib ticklers in those tackles then.
Here's Lino, thumps downfield, Hoy collects on the full. Looks up, 30 out from his own line, we'll bring it back now. A wall of white awaits him, but Castleford in the ascendancy. And that chance for Wakefield to open up their try-scoring account could be an expensive miss from Trinity.
Well, like I said, a big miss from Wakefield. Not to score that, but some big moments in that last set defensively from Cass. And again, it's just on the back of hard work going forward.
There's an injury here. A lower leg injury. This is Simbican, who we've just seen put in that big shot. Now he's come out worse out of this one. Referee plays on as Westerman offloads the ball, driven in. Simbican is trying to walk it off. Judah Rimbu gets it away here now. Asi with a dummy, wrapped up 30 out from the line. Last one for the Tigers. Sini calling for it on the right. But I think they're going to Mills. Mills will float a kick up here. They're looking to get a challenge on Scott. Gets off the ground, does well, but collected a couple of metres off his own line. Danny Maguire will be delighted while Castleford are turning this ball over second half. They're doing it on their terms.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely, they are. And again, they challenge the left-hand side to bring the ball over. Now they're challenging the right-hand side to bring the ball away from their own line. Make sure that they work really well with the referee and don't give them a piggyback up the field.
Yeah, got to be disciplined in defence. Looking for a quick play of the ball, but it's an incorrect one. They didn't stand up there, Wakefield. And look at the celebrations again from Castleford here. They're loving every moment of this.
You picked it out a couple of times in the first half when they've celebrated wins like this, when they forced them into making error, in the haste to get up, play the ball quickly, give them a platform. Look at this. Tom Johnstone, look, you think a player of his ability, he's going to score this try. He backs himself, gets rid of one Cass defender, but that's great defence, wasn't it? Was it Tex Hoy? Absolute class from the fullback to stop Tom Johnstone. Like I said, the start of this game, there's so much fight in Cass. The results haven't been there, but this performance is certainly up there.
It is indeed. Castleford then looking for a full score, lead by 12. They have it now. Here goes Lawler. 10 away from the line. Can the Tigers extend their lead? Are they going to make Wakefield pay? Here goes Westerman. Westerman, he'd love to score here, wouldn't he? Had a good 2 years here. He's held up over the line. The veteran now, Joe Westerman.
Yeah, you got to go back. Was it 2008 when he was Young Player of the Year for Cass? Wow. Still putting in the performances.
Yes. I think Wakefield thought there was a knock on there at the play of the ball, and there was. Referee, I think, has had a word in his ear. And Castleford wasting opportunities. And both sides guilty in this opening 9 minutes of the second half of turning over the ball.
Yeah, but you know where you want to turn the ball over. You see the little fumble from Judah Rimbu. I'll be so disappointed in that. Talked about how good he has been for the miss last week. But turned up here and come up with an enormous effort that really lifted his side at a point that was needed defensively.
Wakefield have the ball. But they've been penned down this end a little bit too much for their liking in this second half.
Move. Hold the line, Judah.
Really good so far from Castleford.
And the big thing for him as well is don't cut corners here now.
Yeah, Wakefield go to Catalans next weekend. They face the Tigers at Magic. Then they've got Warrington and Salford here, and Leeds away. Well, they're still looking for that first home win of the season. That's a better carry. Really good carry there from Wakefield. Griffin wants to play it, does play it. Here's the youngster Smith. Smith jumps out of dummy half. He's a handful. Can he get Trinity on the front foot here? Rimbu makes the tackle. Here's Jowett. Sends it high. Hoy's got time on his hands here and will collect it on the full 10 off his own line. They've not really been able to get any pressure on Tex Hoy tonight, have they?
No, he's been really good at the back. Been really disciplined with like his focus on catching that ball, but like you say, under no real pressure.
Tigers inching their way forward. Will they create more opportunities in this second half? Here goes Westerman. Determined carry from him. Over 400 games now for Joe Westerman. Here's Assey, gets it away. Here now, the ball carried forward by Okoro. Good run from him. And now the high kick downfield. Jowett will come across towards the centre of the field. Will catch it on the full. Johnstone waits, offers the dummy. Simbakin again.
Simbakin. I'm sure Max Jowett wouldn't have watched his clips from last week then, because he wouldn't be running anywhere near him. Again, getting involved, been aggressive.
Well, the clip from last week, Terry. Wasn't watching the last set down in the corner.
Look at that, he doesn't miss, does he? Just plants his feet.
Here's Pratt. Not seen enough of him tonight from a Wakefield point of view. Fartilli goes on, and he's straight into the action. Now, this guy might be the difference for the home side. Harvey Smith gets the ball away. Here goes Pratt again. They're tackled inside the 40, last one. Smith will feed the ball to Lino, under pressure, gets it high. Hoy after it. There is pressure this time, but he gets off the ground and takes it before he's tackled. 15 off his own line. Castleford, we mentioned, got a run of fixtures coming up here, Terry, that they feel they've got a chance in. Huddersfield, bottom of the table next week. They go to Magic, take on Wakefield. Then it's Salford and Leeds. So some winnable games in there for the Castleford Tigers. Certainly if they're going to turn up and defend like this.
Well, especially if they turn the corner like, well, so far, over what, 52 minutes, the way that they've been performing. Like just one win, and that was against Salford. And obviously been under the pump, but you listen to everyone in the CAS environment and the team, they say that they've not been far off.
Ball kick downfield, bounces awkwardly here initially for Johnstone. Gets it eventually, but Mills is right up in his face.
You know, sometimes you need a bit of luck, don't you? And that luck just went in favour of CAS. You could see that when Tom Johnstone was trying to get that ball, there was enough players around him, and again, just defending on the front foot. Talk about playing on the front foot when you've got the ball off quick play the ball. Well, they're defending off some slow play the balls here.
Yeah, Wakefield working their way forward. You feel it's imperative that Wakefield score next, but they'll still fancy their chances either way. Good carry up the middle there. Ball taken into contact, and that was a heavy collision as well. Kozza felt the impact of that. Fartilli trying to get the ball away. He's wrapped up over halfway. Wakefield now with Smith. Will get it away to Lino. Lino launches it downfield. Now there's a contest. Corey Hall after Gary. But Gary gets there first and takes the catch.
Someone did it just enough to just shepherd Gary then. Because Corey Hall, let me tell you, when that ball was kicked, he was chasing, he was hunting the mistake. And they're doing it tough now. It seems like the tempo from Wakefield on the back of a couple of substitutions has just gone up a notch.
Yeah, their forward pack is starting to make some meters now. Now they've got Castleford pent in their own end of the field.
Move on the line. Go first.
These are tough carries now for the Tigers. Still in their own 30-metre area.
Go 4. Good responding, Mason.
Rimbu gets it away. Mellor drives it in. This will be the last one. Only 30 off their own line, Castleford. But they've got the lead. They complete another set. As he goes long, should be caught on the full. Oh, Jowett didn't get there. Another good bounce for the Tigers. Good kick as well. Jowett will bring it back. Ball in one hand, gets it away to Tom Johnstone. He's wrapped up by Simbican. And they'll start 30 out from their own line.
Well, they're going to try and look to play as much as they can now. Can't be just the safe sort of rugby. Well, 12 points behind on the scoreboard. It's nothing, just 2 converted tries for them.
That's the importance maybe of those missed kick from Mills. I know they were tough, they're all out on the sideline, but one of those and it's 3 converted tries to get in the lead, isn't it, for Darryl Powell's side?
And if Wakefield are the next to score, maybe the wobbles start going in your mind if you're a Cas player.
Yeah, and that I think is what Darryl Powell will be wanting. His side is starting to get back into the wrestle here, but they've not really, barring that one break, created an awful lot. Good tackle again round the legs. Here's Smith again, fires it to Lino. Lino again goes high. Hoy waits. The Wakefield chasers come. Hoy off the ground, collects it 10 off his own line. It's another completed set, but Castleford have it back.
Well, again, on the pressure, he had a man mounting and Griffin in front of him, but he's dealt with a lot, hasn't he? The speed of this game has just gone up another level now. The crowd starting to get behind him.
I feel there's a big moment coming here.
Yeah. You know, if you Cas and you get anywhere near the sticks, like you would knock over at 1 point, just to settle the game down, settle your mind down.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It takes away, if they concede a try, all of a sudden the game's back into balance. Certainly slow to play the ball here. Now they'll get it to Milnes, who arrows the kick across the field. Awful bounce again for Wakefield, but they'll pick it up just short of the halfway line. So again, their defensive effort and their forward pack is starting to gain them some territory.
Yeah, but again, the bounce is favoured in Cas, isn't it? You've got some tired forwards from Wakefield now, just trying to get back behind the ball. Hands on hips, hands on knees. This is where they needed.
Yeah, here's Johnstone, carries up to the 40. Wakefield fans getting frustrated. Short pass. Ball back on the inside, Fatilli almost away. Good tackle there, needed to be. Quick play of the ball. Smith gets it away. Short pass up to the 10. They go. Wakefield, get it away. Big chance. Oh, he's offloaded it on the line. And Castleford have collected it right on the whitewash. Right place, right time, Liam Horn.
But you've got to get yourself third, haven't you? And again, not giving up. They give a penalty away as well. They're getting so excited. Some huge carries from Wakefield, getting it arm free, people turning up. Like we said, this game's gone up another notch. Caused a nice little play, nice little offload. Just the big forwards getting on top. And then Liam Horn just turns up and rescues that, because that would have been a certain try if this ball goes into the hands of Jay Pitts.
Hey, behind, boys.
Well, we said there was a big moment coming. Liam Horn might just have produced it. Just over a quarter of this contest remaining here, the start of rivals round in the Super League. Some big games to come tomorrow. The Hull derby, 12:30 kickoff. Hull FC take on Hull Kingston Rovers. The ball brought forward by Castleford. This is what we've got coming up tomorrow. Hull FC against Hull Kingston Rovers. All their build up from 12. Sky Sports action for that, followed by Wigan St Helens at 2:45. That's on Sky Sports main event. And we round off the day on Sky Sports Plus as Leeds take on Huddersfield. 3 to come tomorrow, 2 on Saturday. Lee Warrington, that should be a decent game as well. 1:25 Sky Sports Plus, and then the Dragons take on the Red Devils. Saturday evening, Sky Sports Plus for that one. Well, Castleford came here with that remarkable record against Wakefield, and you'd have to say nearly an hour in, Terry, it looks like they're going to continue that run.
Well, they've got a bit of belief, haven't they, in that? Set restart going forward.
Here's Rimbu bouncing off a couple. Sini's put it down. Sini's put it down, and that was not a good play from Castleford on the first tackle.
Yeah, well, it's a let-off, isn't it? And now you see Jay Pitts just with a bit between his teeth going forward. He was certainly disappointed that Tom Johnson did enough then just to pressure Sini.
Ball in the hands of Fatili, gets it away. Here now is Lino, short pass, trying to break through. Good defence, Castleford had to be. Far side to deny. Griffin, who plays it correctly, gets it away. Cozza now challenging the middle of the field.
I just feel like something's coming here for Wakefield.
They need to execute with ball in hand. Can they do it? Hamlin Welly, he's been a handful. He's wrapped up 8 metres out from the line. Quick play of the ball again. Smith going for the line, reaches out and scores! The youngster's over. Harvey Smith, dynamite from dummy half. And a lifeline for Wakefield Trinity. An hour gone. They're on the board here. They're 8 behind.
Well, the 19-year-old goes over for what is an important try in his early career. Well, they needed something, and you could just tell the last few minutes something was building. When Jay Pitts were denied, when Liam Horn got in the way of the offload, the youngster just gets out from dummy half. You could see that Marcus weren't quite set. Tex Hoy just defending to the right of the ruck on his own, on his heels. But nice play, Ueli, nice play of the ball. And then the youngster just comes in, just pumps to go, and goes off for a valuable try. And this is a big, big test now, I believe, for Cass. See what's their mindset now.
Yeah, this should be a straightforward kick for Max Jowett. Back after 4 out for Trinity, and this to bring them back within 6. Jowett strikes it through the middle. It's a one-score game here in Rivals Round.
Well, that's it, it's game on now. Max Jowett knows that his side here, if they play like this the last 5 minutes, well, they've got a very good chance of sending the home fans home with a much valuable win. And Darryl Powell, Michael Shenton will be really happy with what they've seen from their side. In the last few minutes, Danny Maguire knows that his side needs to just calm down a bit here now. And whether or not you just kick the ball off the field and you just play your possession, you get through your sets, kick it into corners.
Well, that all came about after Rimbu's pass to Sini was dropped on tackle 1 with a set restart. Here's Fatili, runs it in. There's a bit of belief now around this stadium. Is it finally going to be Wakefield's night? They were appealing for a penalty there. They want an easy out, but they're not going to get one just yet. Smith gets it away to McMeekin. He's wrapped up. Smith out of dummy half again. Griffin's starting to find a bit of joy, isn't he, down that right back row position. Leaves a marker on the ground. Here now is the ball in the hands of Pitts. Turns it back now for Nicotimo. Last one, Wakefield up to halfway. Lino with time, goes high, downfield. Hoy will collect on the full. No pressure on him this time. Castleford just need to complete a couple of sets, but are they? It's hard because they're being pushed back, Terry, isn't it? It's not like they've put the cue on the rack, they've actually been pushed back by Wakefield.
No, it's just a defensive attitude, it's just the way that Wakefield seem to be playing. They're playing the game at their speed. They really have just up the tempo, like we said. They're hunting the mistake, they're working really well with each other when they've got the ball and in defence as well.
Ball here now into the hands of Sini. He runs it forward. Fatili, he's made an impact off the bench, Fatili. Rimbu gets it away to Westerman. Westerman, short pass up the middle. Tackle is made. Oh, he's offloaded it. Great offload as well. Finds Rimbu. Good work there from Okoro. Another valuable few metres for the Tigers. Real late offload here. Went to hands as well. Kick down the touchline. And Jowett will let that one roll out. And Wakefield will get it back. They've got 16 minutes to get another score.
Do you know, you'd take that though, wouldn't you? You're a cast player, just waste a bit of time, get some energy back in the lungs, knowing that you've been under the blowtorch the last couple of sets you've been defending.
But now it's a 6-point game. It's one missed tackle, one bit of brilliance, and we could be level. Wakefield have been second best for large parts, but they're coming home with a wet sail here. Ball with Cozza.
Square back.
And Smith works some more magic at dummy half. Finds McMeekan. McMeekan on the front foot. Great carry. Really strong carry.
Well, that's it. Just leading from the front on the back of some real hard work from Cozza as well.
Here they go now with Pitts. Pitts gets it away to Jowett. Jowett short to Pratt. Pratt puts the sidestep on. Avoids Simbican. Pratt going for it. Pratt going for the line. Might need some support. Chopped down 5 away. They've got numbers to the right. They want a quick play of the ball. They don't get one. Last tackle. Here's Lino. Gets it wide. Miss out pass. Great tackle, Gary. Ball on the ground and it's being knocked on. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty against Castleford on the last tackle.
Wow, on the last play. But it was much needed as well. And what a tackle from Gary on Corey Hall. You know, a really big run from Pratt.
Just looking in, I think Seth Nicotimo is having to go off here. He's got a shoulder problem, so he's having to leave the field. Wakefield down to 12 momentarily. Lino dummies, it's over! Yes, he scored! Oh, has he got it down? Castleford are scrapping on the ground, hoping that they've either knocked it out or stopped the score. But on the field, it's a try. Is this game about to be level?
We have a live call of try on field. You can clearly see it's in the player's hands. And it's still in the Wakefield player's right hand. It's going down to the line, then I can't see what happens to the ball. Does he get it down there, or does it end up with the Castleford player underneath him? See if this shows us. This might be the best angle. So you can clearly see there, it's on the Castleford player's hands. And there it's in the Castleford man's hands. So he's still got the ball. And it's underneath. You can clearly see there, the Castleford player's hand goes underneath. Let me look on the other angle. See if I can see anything here. No, I can't. So I'm going to go to the other angle again, which I had, which is this one, which you can see the ball underneath. It's on there. You can clearly see it's on the Castleford player's hands. And then it comes up. Look again there. There's no thing where the ball is clearly on the floor. But you can clearly see it is on the Castleford player's hands. And his arms are always on that one. Let me just flip to the other end of the field, so if it shows me anything. This could help. If the ball is ever down. Because actually this shows it more as well. The Castleford man's hand is underneath that ball. And it remains underneath that ball. And you can clearly see there the ball, where it is on its belly. And all the time you can see the Castleford man's hands. See if this helps me with anything. Ball's there. It's going down. Both you can clearly see there on that. The Castleford man's hands are underneath the ball. So I'm going to flip it to this angle, which shows I'm going to make the decision on. So you can clearly see that the ball is there and it is on the Castleford man's hands, and it continues and it is never down. Thank you, I've now made my decision.
Wow, Jeremiah Simbican might just have made one of the tackles of the season. Mason Lino thought he got the try. There's going to be uproar here, but the pictures showed it. Simbican kept the ball off the ground. It's gone stony silent here. And now they're not happy, but that is a great piece of defence.
Oh, incredible. You know, I said about how aggressive he is in defence. And you can say that you tried everything with your technique and that. That's just sheer determination. to stop Mason Lino from getting that ball down. Just throw as much of your body at Mason Lino, get your arms underneath the ball and fight for your life.
Yeah. Here they go again, Wakefield. They thought they were going to be level. They might be in a couple of moments' time, but Castleford are still hanging on here. There's still tackles in the bank for Trinity. Short pass. They're swarming around the ball here, Castleford. You would have feared for them there if Wakefield had scored. You'd fear for them if they score here. They're trying to get to the line, and again they're going to be held up. This is unbelievable from the Tigers.
Yeah, well, Texoy, good technique. You can see him just under the ball, but again, just desperation. How long can they keep Wakefield out for?
Here they go now. Hood back into the action, finds Lino, ball out the back. Jowett with a dummy. Great tackle, drags him down, but they don't stop him. Jowett's got a ball on the line this time. It's another video referee decision, but Jowett, the ball was clearly on the line, and on the field it's a try. Castleford about to be just 2 in front.
So we have a live call on field of a try. Let's just go on this. Slim possession of the ball. Slim possession of the ball. He always remains in possession of the ball. Let me just flip this to camera 1. Nice and slow on this. And if we just go back, he always remains in possession, and you can clearly see the ball is on the line. Thank you, I've now made my decision.
No hesitation this time. Wakefield do score. They reduce series to 2. Max Jowett back in the team and back amongst the tries. And he's going to have a kick to level up this match in a couple of seconds' time. Listen to the reaction here.
Well, that's certainly about owning your big moments, isn't it? You know, Darryl Powell's men, with that man back in the side, had a certain threat close to line. Mason Lino gets those defenders interested. Sam Wood tries ever so hard to try and get hold of Max Jowett, and he just does enough to wiggle out and score an important try.
Bit of boogieing going on in the stands. There'll be boogieing as well if this one goes over. He'd have preferred the one right under the crossbar, but Max Jowett about 12 in from touch. We mentioned the fact that Rome Mills had missed 3 kicks earlier. If this goes over, we've a level game with 12 left on the clock. What a start to rivals round this is. Here comes Jowett. The fans will tell us. The cheer will tell you everything you need to know. It's game on here, 12-12.
Wow, what a big 12 minutes we've got now. Danny Maguire so disappointed, knowing that his side are up against it now, because this Wakefield side, the last 15 minutes, have been playing with so much confidence. We said that they looked like they stepped on the accelerator. The forwards, the introduction of the forwards from the bench, who've come back on, made some real big inroads into Cass's defensive line.
Fartilli throws himself into the first carry.
There you go, and that's the sort of run I'm talking about.
Well, Castleford have been really good defensively. They need to try and force a Wakefield error here. All carried forward again. Another good carry. They were looking to offload. It was on as well.
Well, that's it. Now starting to get their arms free. Poking the nose through the line, and Hood going now.
Fartilli. Oh, look at the supporting runners there. If he could have got the ball away, but Castleford are going backwards at the moment. Here now goes Kozza, offloads it, back to Hood. Hood to Fartilli, maybe just got in the way there. They were looking to try and punch a hole through the middle.
Well, that's not a bad effort in the set, is it? 65 metres you managed to get. This will be a big kick and a big test for Hoy at the back.
It will. Lino goes deep, but Hoy is going to get there before the chasers do. He's wrapped up in his 10. Wakefield now go hunting the mistake. What a big 10 minutes left.
Well, that's it. He's dealt with most things, hasn't he, Texoy? But he'll just know now he's done his job, but his side are under a bit of pressure. Now,
discipline key. Can Castleford execute something to get them out of their own end? Seems to have been camped up there in the last 20 minutes or so. Sini with a carry.
Do you know, a big thing for him as well is don't really panic.
There they're going now. Nice pass, gets it away to Hoy. Hoy over the 40, thinking about an offload, and he's wrapped up right at the death. Last one, Lino is down holding his face there. I don't know what's happened, maybe a stray finger in the eye. A high kick tester for Jowett. Jowett underneath it, drops it, but it went backwards. Picked up by Tom Johnstone. He gets out of one tackle, and up to the 20 he goes. Jowett breathes a sigh of relief.
And again, it's Simmerkin just looking to force that error, and Max Jowett just does enough, gets his body, turns his body just so the ball goes backwards if he did make a mistake.
How good was the break from Ollie Pratt in the build-up to that first try? We said he hadn't seen a lot of it. He could be the match winner for Wakefield, but not with an error like that, he won't be.
And just
Corey Hall has spilled it.
Celebrating that, and the youngster, well, he'll be disappointed, Corey Hall. He's made that, but again, you just look at that defensive line in front of him. You know, they'll all be revving up, they'll be sledging him as he's catching the ball, trying everything to put the young man off.
He too has been out of the starting lineup in recent weeks. Corey Hall spent last year, or the end of it, on loan at Castleford. Second spell back here at Trinity. Right, can Castleford pick up some points, any points, from this position here to nudge themselves back in front? Not lost here in over 10 years. That is some record. Here goes Sim. Not seen much of it tonight. Who's going to be the match winner? Are we going to golden point extra time? We could well be. Here is Okoro. Wrapped up, 25 out. Here's Westerman laying down the platform. Strong run. You mentioned the field goal earlier on, Terry. It's getting to that kind of time, isn't it? Simbican did well to hang on. Rodwell collects him, but he skips away from that.
Move all the way.
Well, Milnes is in the pocket here. I think they could be going for it here. Rowan Milnes is back. Rowan Milnes gets it, going for the one-pointer. Gets the shot away, but he's pushed it wide. And now it becomes a 7-tackle restart for Wakefield.
Well, that's it. That's the gamble, isn't it? He's got that field position.
Max Jowett's not back.
Word he's going to have a crack at it. He goes for it. He goes to the left of the post. Now they've got 7 tackles, Wakefield. For them to get anywhere near Cass's line. And do you know what? There's still, just over 7 minutes to go in this game.
Might need to try to win it. We'll find out. 12-12. Castleford led 3 tries in the first half, but no conversions.
Back up.
There's still another big moment in this game. Here's Fatatilli. Drives it forward again. He gets through. He's been impressive off the bench. Quick play of the ball for Hood. Gets it away, McMeekan. McMeekan bursting through tackles. Castleford are on the ropes here. The Tigers are wobbling. Wakefield about to pounce. 20 away. Pitts back on the inside. 10 away now. Cozza wrapped up. Surely they're going, well, they're going to go with Hood on his own. Hood gets it away. Here's Corey Hall. Hall for the line. And Hall is held up. Ball's come free. And Castleford might just have held on here. What's the referee saying? He's saying it's going to be a goal line dropout, is he? Let's have a look here. He wants to check this.
Then we've got a captain's challenge. Castleford challenging the ruling of a dropout.
Well, Castleford are challenging here. Wow, this is a big moment. Liam Moore said it went backwards.
So the captain's challenge of the ruling of a goal line dropout. The ruling on field is that the Wakefield player has got the ball and has offloaded it backwards. Right, I need to check first of all, because that's the key is, has he lost the ball in this challenge here? So to me, there we have it there. It's lost, and it touches that bit there, it touches the Castleford man's hand. So he's reaching out to start with, and as soon as it touches the Castleford man's hand there, then that is a knock on. He does knock it back, but to start with, as he's reaching out, it touches the Castleford man's hand. That is a knock-on, and it's a knock-on over the try line, which will result in a 20-metre restart. So the challenge is successful.
Wow, a huge moment in this derby clash, because Castleford, not only are they successful in overturning the referee's decision, but they're going to get a 7-tackle restart here, Terry. That's 2 from 2 on the challenges for the Tigers.
Yeah, a couple of good challenges in this game, haven't they? Certainly a big end to the game, and well, that just shows how dangerous they are. Corey Hall just really offered himself, but again, it was strong defence. It was Tex Hoy again that was underneath.
Their defence has been outstanding, hasn't it, on their own line?
Well,
they've come up with a couple of try-savers.
Mark, desperation. They've absolutely turned up with the right attitude, knowing that they've got to be on top form to get a result here. Forget what's gone on in the past with the record being so great. It's about the 80 minutes tonight.
It is. It's all about tonight. New group of players here, and they're moving it through the hands. They're getting it to an edge. Oh, it's gone forward. It's gone forward. No, it hasn't. Set restart.
Yeah, come off it. As the ball was being passed, it come off a Wakefield player. Well, the call had come from the touch judge, because the ref was going to give it as a knock-on. And again, just some strong carries here. Strong defence from Wakefield. It's going to be hey, boys, hey. You can see the ball from Mellor just touches.
Great call. That has gone forward, and it's fallen to Pratt. So Castleford once again get another set, and once again they do not use it proactively. Kai Rodwell is hobbling around in backfield. Here's Jowett.
Just a bit of panic setting in from Cass.
What a start to rivals round it has been. Remember, 12-0 up Castleford. Tries for Gary Wood and Gary 12-0 at the break, but Smith and Jowett have scored together with 2 goals from Jowett. 3 tries to 2, but we're all level here. Inside the final 5, here comes Kozza. Straightens up. Are they in drop goal distance now? Are they wanting more than that? Here's Rodwell. He was limping a minute ago. Now he throws himself in. Jowett and Lino in the pocket. Lino gets it. Lino to win it for Wakefield. He's got it. The scruffiest drop goal you'll see, but it went over the H's. And from 12-0 down, Wakefield are in front. Castleford devastated, have got to haul themselves off the canvas. Lino nudges Wakefield in front.
Well, the rugby smarts from Mason Lino, a lot of pressure on him. It doesn't matter how far it goes over that crossbar, it's just make sure you get it over it. Under enormous pressure, in front of the fans. Good strike, does just enough, gets over, and that's all that matters.
The body language of Castleford there, their shoulders slumped. They're going short here. The Tigers might get it back. No, they won't. Jowett almost away from the restart there. Well, Castleford have been brave, but Wakefield have dug themselves out of a big hole here. Here goes McMeekin. McMeekin thinking about an offload. No need for that. 4 remaining here. Here goes Hall. Hall drives it forward. Hood in at dummy half. Jumps out of dummy half. Has a solo run. Tries to wrestle them off 20 metres out. Last one. Tigers need something here. They've got to come up with this ball. Lino is just going to hammer it into touch. He finds touch, and the Tigers have got 3 minutes and counting remaining.
Well, what a big 20 minutes from Mason Lino and his side. You know, Cass, well, they'll be disappointed when they watch the last 20 minutes, what they've done. They've just really opened the game up for Wakefield. But the introduction by Darryl Powell, some of those big blokes who've come back on and just took this Wakefield side to the next level with defence like that, with strong carries, and it's been really difficult for them. Cass.
Castleford gamble. Here's Sini. Sini up to the 30, needs to get to the ground. They will get an opportunity, Castleford, to throw it around. Here now goes Sim. Sim sidesteps his way forward, up towards halfway. Wakefield have got to stay clean defensively here. Penalty goal could be costly. Here goes Milnes. They rush up outside Milnes. He gets the ball over the top, looking to get it wide to Mellor. Mellor gets it to Wood. Here goes Gary. Gary, great tackle. Is he in touch? He is. Brilliant effort from Cameron Scott, and that might do it for Wakefield. The Castleford hoodoo could be coming to an end here. Wakefield lead. Gary denied by a wonderful tackle.
Well, great defence, wasn't it? He wasn't going to be beaten then by Jason Gary. And Daryl Powell knows that Cameron Scott, on his 100th career appearance, has come up with a tackle that just might have saved the game for them.
Might have done. Gary frustrated. Can't add to his first half double. Danny Maguire looks on. So close, but yet so far for the Castleford Tigers. They'll do it all again at Magic in 2 weeks. Already looking forward to that one. As it stands, they're going home disappointed. Well, we're looking for a record attendance over the Rivals Round weekend. 7,807 in here tonight, not far off full. So a good start on that side of it. A sellout at the Brick, and very close to sellout at Hull tomorrow. It's going to be a bumper weekend, and it's all live on Sky Sports. And what a nail-biting start. We're inside the final minute.
Well, Max Jowett just saying...
Here goes Fire Till, he gets it. Oh, Rodwell's, his hamstring's gone. And he's dropped it. Wow, is that going to be a turning moment? Here goes Sini. A fit Rodwell there might well have raced away to score. They get him into touch, it's game over. Ball's offloaded, here they go. Hot potato stuff now. Can Castleford produce a miracle of their own here? What a great start to the weekend. Here goes Tex Hoy now. Hoy trying to slice through, gets it to Gary. He cuts back in. 40 metres out. They've got maybe one, possibly two tackles left. They want a penalty, they're not going to get one. Castleford have got to be wary of the clock here. They're just trying to get centre field, but they've gone backwards. They need to offload it. They need to get a drop goal here, surely. Milnes is waiting. This is it, the Hooters gone. They're going for it from Dejanasi. He's got a great kick on it. He's got a great kick, but it's wide. It's wide of the target. Castleford's run over Wakefield comes to an end. It's relief around Bellevue here. The Castleford players fall to their knees. Dejanasi thought he'd got a leveller with the last kick of the match. He couldn't have hit it any better, but it goes wide of the target. What a game of Super League. Terry O'Connor, Wakefield win, but only just.
It's a cruel game, isn't it? Not one of those 34 players that enter the field deserves to be on the losing side. They've given absolutely everything. The first half totally belonged to Castleford. Thought they were exceptional. But the last 25 minutes of this game, it just shows what a good side Daryl Powell's assembled here. The forwards that come back onto the field really damaged Cass around the ruck.
Who have you got for our Betfred player of the match then tonight?
It was really tough, because if you're looking at a Cass player, you're looking at a man who's scored a try, you're looking at a man who saved some tries. Tex Hoy, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But then you look on the other side, and Mason Lino, he had to do it all on his own, really. Played the game at half, had to orchestrate everything around him, helped really by Jay Pitts. And I thought Cozza as well was good, but Mason Lino was the difference and clinched that 1 point as well.
Yeah, held his nerve. I'll tell you what, it was hearts in mouths, because that kick from Dejanasi at the end, he didn't half get hold of it, but it was just wide of the target.
Wow, you could just see the reaction. I thought he'd struck it really well. I thought he'd actually gone over, but the reaction from the boxes behind the sticks, from those Wakefield fans, well, that was the